I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball, so I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels, we did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, From business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
You know, nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need you. Staying disciplined.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Mark Davidson Court here inside the gym at Blackhawk Christian School. I'm Thad Goff. Carson Watkins is our camera operator for tonight, and we've got the Blackhawk Christian Lady Braves taking on the Lady Railroaders of Garrett. Now, Blackhawk Christian is having a good season. They're in their 5th year under head coach Steph Gongaware, and so far this year the Braves are 7-4 overall. However, their last 2 losses were in close games, an overtime loss to South Adams on December 8th, and then an overtime loss at DeKalb back on Tuesday night. Now the Lady Braves are right back at it again before their next round of games, which starts on December 29th. That'll be tournament play over at Union City. But this is the final home game for Blackhawk Christian before the new year. And actually, after the new year, they'll have 2 more home games, the Braves will. Now, the Braves have gotten contribution from a number of different players. In fact, in their most recent game, Blackhawk Christian had, I believe it was 5 players. Check that. That was not their most recent game. That was their most recent win, which was against Canterbury. The Lady Braves had 5 players scoring in double figures. Allie Boyer was one of those girls, along with Aubrey Swain. Emma Klein was another. And I believe Malia Steele had one of the double-digit performances. Yes, she did. 11 points, along with Kenzie Kinnison, who scored 10. That was against Canterbury. That was the last win for Blackhawk Christian on the season. And that game was back on the 16th, so just this past Friday on the road. And now the Braves looking to round out the home season with a win against Garrett. But the Railroaders are coming to town. They're 5-7, coached by Bob Lapidote, a longtime head coach. And Coach Lapidote, he's in his 12th year at Garrett. He's won 184 games in his career. Leading scorer for Garrett is Bailey Kellum. She averages over 18 points per game. She's a senior and the only player averaging 8 double figures in scoring this season. But just a year ago, Garrett won a regional championship. That was against Benton Central. Then they lost to South Bend, Washington at Semi-State. That's what Garrett did last year. We're going to have the national anthem here shortly and likely a pregame prayer as well here at Blackhawk Christian. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Director Joel Cotton, welcome to Blackhawk Christian School for today's basketball game between the Garrett Lady Railroaders and your Blackhawk Christian Lady Braves. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for a word of prayer followed by the playing of our national anthem. Please pray with us. God, we are grateful for this opportunity that you've given us to play this game. We pray for both teams and both schools. We pray that the girls would give their best efforts today, that no one would be injured on either team. We pray that as they go throughout their seasons, that you would help them to continue to just finish strong, giving their best effort each day. May we encourage them in everything we do, and may our attitudes and actions glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen. now let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the guests on the scoreboard, the Garrett Lady Railroaders. A senior, number 4, Ada Haynes. A senior, number 10, Bailey Kellum. A junior, number 12, Emma Lopato. A senior, number 20, Maddie Schinkel. And a junior, number 30, Kelsey Bergman. Garrett is coached by Bob Lapada. Now the starting lineup for your Blackhawk Christian Lady Braves. A junior, number 5, Kinsey Kinnison. A sophomore, number 10, Malia Steele. A junior, number 12, Emma Klein. A senior, number 32, Aubrey Swain. And a junior, number 42, Allie Boyer. Lady Braves are coached by Steph Gondaware. Good luck to both teams.
Well, I mentioned earlier, Garrett is coming off a regional championship. Blackhawk Christian has won 3 straight sectional championships under head coach Steph Gondaware, 3 straight winning seasons as well. In fact, seasons where they won 17 or more games is what the Braves have accomplished. They're 7-4 on the season. And again, this is their final home game before the new year. Final game before Christmas Day, which of course is this coming Sunday. And with that, we do indeed wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as we look forward to the Christmas holiday. But tonight, the two teams are going to play some basketball. The Railroaders of Garrett and the Braves of Blackhawk Christian. And it is the Braves who win the tip with Aubrey Swain winning the opening tip. And that's Kinnison for 3. Boyer's got the board and the putback. Allie Boyer doing 2 of those things she does best, rebounding and scoring. And that's Klein who gets the takeaway for Blackhawk Christian, and she scores it. Emma Klein makes it back-to-back buckets for the Braves. Boyer with the first one. And here's that press that gave New Haven such a great deal of trouble in Blackhawk Christian's opener. But there's a wide open catch and shoot for Kellum. She missed it. We'll call that a good box out by Aubrey Swain. It seemed like she got more of a box out than her opponent did. Right in front of Dean Pantazzi. I think he's got 2 highlights already. By the way, this game was originally scheduled to start, I believe, at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken, but with the pending snowstorm, which might already be here, teams decided to start at 3:45. Cutting in is Kinnison. Her shot no good, but she keeps it alive. That's Klein. She's got Boyer double-teamed in a heap of traffic, and a foul is called on the Railroaders. It's going to go on Emma Lopato. Braves keep the possession. First bucket of this game came on a second chance bucket. They'll have an extended possession here as Swain gets into the paint, up and under, no good. And eventually the rebound comes to Lopato. It was Kellum who kept it alive. Through traffic and a turnover. Right into the hands of Malia Steele, and Steele with that quick motor gets to the bucket.
That's by Malia Steele.
And how about that? Steele immediately gets into the press. That's going to be a foul on Swain.
Blackhawk Christian foul number 32.
Blackhawk Christian giving Garrett all kinds of problems with this press. Final score of the JV game, which only went 2 quarters, by the way. I know that sounds mathematically incorrect, but they did play 2 periods as opposed to 4 full quarters. But Blackhawk Christian won that JV game 31-3. No, they weren't playing football. Of course, they do have that sport now here at Blackhawk Christian, and I recently have it on, I think, good word that Blackhawk Christian is going to be joining the 11-man football group. That steal was caused by Klein, and Allie Boyer came up with it. Klein gets it across the timeline to Kinnison. Kenzie Kinnison, a junior guard. Had a double-digit performance against Canterbury. Swain missed the jumper, and all alone almost for the rebound was Emma Lepato. That is, she was almost all alone for it. Back down the floor comes Maddie Schenkel. She missed it, and Boyer has got the board. Allie Boyer, by the way, is the daughter of Dave Boyer, who coaches the JV boys team. That's a catch and shoot for Kinnison. She goes after her own rebound, but doesn't get it. Instead, it's Kelsey Bergman who gets the board for Garrett, and here comes Schenkel. Kellum from the baseline, air ball. Kellum trying to get it going tonight, has yet to do so. I believe she's 0 for 3 from the field. Now it is very early in the ball game. As Klein trying to dish it to Boyer, she does. Her shot too strong. Swain missed on the putback try. This is Schenkel across the timeline. Out of bounds, last touched by Kinnison. Over to Kellum. Kellum scoreless so far, as are the rest of the Railroaders. Braves in a 3-2 zone as Kellum goes baseline, trying to dish it off. Ball ricochets out to Schenkel, but her bank shot wouldn't fall. Klein with a quick motor of her own. And that is Steele from downtown, but the 3 rattles out. Steele quick to get back to defend against Kellum. And now they switch defenders. That's Klein who comes to guard her. Schenkel, the dish to the corner. That 3 ball comes up short. That was Brooklyn Jacobs who missed it. And a block by Swain. I believe that's the first block shot of the game. Certainly the first for Aubrey Swain. She tries to go inside to Boyer, but it's too high for her. Well, Allie Boyer, I believe she is the tallest player on the floor for Blackhawk Christian, but not quite tall enough to catch that one. Wonder how many one-on-ones she had with her brother Jake Boyer. Leaning in is Kellum, and she's fouled. I think that was Swain, and yes, that is who they're going to get for that one.
Blackhawk Christian foul number 32, Aubrey Swain.
Jake Boyer has since graduated from Blackhawk Christian. He was a basketball player and I believe also a baseball player. Meanwhile, Allie Boyer and Aubrey Swain, by the way, are also volleyball players here at Blackhawk Christian. Lady Braves won a state championship on the volleyball hardwood. Here on the basketball hardwood, Bailey Kellum gets the Railroaders on the board by going 2 for 2 at the line. By the way, if you're wondering where they got the name Railroaders, Garrett is a railroading town. There is a CSX yard over there, which I believe is still active. As Klein pushes down the floor. It was once home to, from what I've heard, a Baltimore and Ohio yard, which was one of the predecessors of CSX. Over the top for the rebound goes Delaney Kintz. But it's ripped away by the Railroaders, and they get control. Here's Kellum. Braves get back on defense. Kellum knifes through and scores. No trouble at all for Bailey Kellum. Now Klein back down the floor, right back at you. She missed it, and the Railroaders take over. Down the floor quick goes Maddie Schenkel. It's a blocking foul. That ref looked like he was about to throw his arm forward to signal for an offensive foul, but instead put the hands to the hips to signal a block. 2:54 left to go in this first quarter. We're trying to beat the snow. There was a little bit of rain when I got here to Blackhawk Christian. I'll ask Carson at our next break how much rain or snow there was when he got here. Schenkel's got a chance to tie this game up. She does. She goes 2 for 2. And now Garrett puts on a full court press. Braves were so successful with this early in the ball game. They beat the press here. And Kintz with the left hand to give the lead to Blackhawk. Garrett beats the press again. Floater, no good. Outboarded by Kellum, and Kellum puts it in. There were a whole host of players in both Garrett red and Blackhawk white going for that rebound, and Kellum outboarded all of them. Kintz sets the screen. Kinnison finds Boyer, and Boyer right off the glass. With as many defenders as there were down there, that's about as good as a look as you can get. Kellum to her left. Late pass, but coming open there was Kelsey Bergman, and she ties the game. Klein showing that quick motor once again. She'll let Kinnison take it. Kinnison to the paint. Oh, off the rim. Steele there to guard Kellum the whole way. But Kellum comes open for 3. She missed it. But an offensive board by Ada Haynes. First time we've called her name tonight. Haynes again, and this time she hits it. That'll give Garrett the lead. First lead of the game for the Railroaders. Ada Haynes, first 3 of the game for either team. Lob inside, too high for Boyer, but not too high for Kelsey Bergman. And back the other way comes Jacobs, and a foul. Garrett on a run here, up 13-10. They're going to call that one on Delaney Kintz.
Jacobs at the line, shooting 2.
Braves and Railroaders will get a sub in. Delaney Hickson set to come in for the Railroaders. That one rolls right off the rim. Well, close games have been a struggle this season for Blackhawk Christian. 3 of their 4 losses have been in close games. Those are against DeKalb, South Adams, and Leo. Second free throw's good, meanwhile. Closest game the Braves have won was 36-26 against Bishop Dwenger. Of course, that's the closest that a final score has been in any of their games. Klein around the screen. This is Avery Ellsworth into the paint, working her way around. Count the basket, and a foul. Ellsworth's going to the line. Bob Lapidote shouting, "Move your feet." That's just part of the fundamentals of defense. Three-point play for Ellsworth. Klein defending Haynes. Haynes gets the ball across the timeline. Well, early on, this press and these traps were giving Garrett a lot of trouble. Lately, Garrett's done a better job of beating him, but Kellum with the miss there from 3, and now Blackhawk trying to close out the quarter with a bucket to take the lead. Down to 5 seconds. Kinnison to the paint. No good. Battle for the rebound. Kellum's got it. Did not get it off in time. Well, we got a good one so far. It's cold outside, but here it's 14-13 inside the gym at Blackhawk Christian School on Mark Davidson Court. Back in just a moment for the second quarter here on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. a journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
14-13, Garrett on top of Blackhawk Christian as we start the second quarter on Mark Davidson Court at Blackhawk Christian. Of course, it's named for the late head coach Mark Davidson, former boys basketball coach. Now, Blackhawk Christian, obviously folks around here miss Coach Davidson, no doubt about it, but they're doing quite well, the boys team is, under Matt Roth, the first-year head coach and former Davidson assistant, as I recall. And there's a takeaway. That's Klein. Klein 1 on 3, and Klein puts it in. That'll give Blackhawk the lead. How about that play by Klein? A catch and shoot for Kellum, right back at you. And Garrett's got the lead. That's Kellum's first 3, second 3 for Garrett. Blackhawk Christian has yet to hit from downtown. They got Boyer posting up down low. Just a second there, she had 3 red shirts around her, but not this time. Gets good position, but missed the shot. Kept alive by Delaney Kintz. Ellsworth, the pull-up, no good. It's Kellum with the rebound for Garrett. That's out of bounds, last touched by Ada Haynes. Blackhawk Christian will take over. Malia Steele and Aubrey Swain are back in for the Braves. 6:29 to go here on Mark Davidson Court at Blackhawk Christian School. I mentioned those Blackhawk Christian Braves boys basketball team. We'll be right back here next week to see the Braves in action against Marquette Catholic. That'll be right before Blackhawk Christian heads to Trine. Now, they'll play one game, but that's part of a series of games. I believe it's the Parkview Sports Medicine Basketball Series. Parkview is a sponsor of that. Klein, the pull-up J. That one rolls over the backboard. Blackhawk Christian sets up their press, but another good press break by Garrett. Helps when you got an experienced head coach, and Garrett certainly has that in Bob Lapidote. He's 16 wins away from 200 career wins. Corner 3 is good. Matty Schenkel. Now, whether or not he gets to that 200 mark this year, it's probably not going to happen this year, but we'll wait and see. If it doesn't happen this year, I'd imagine it'll happen next. Ellsworth around the screen. Now, I'm not a prophet or a psychic, and I don't play either on TV. But as well as Lapidote has done, it would not be a surprise if he gets to that mark within the next couple of years. Klein, the floater, couldn't get it to go. Jacobs fouled in the backcourt. Klein was back there, and she's going to be tagged with the foul. Get some words from Steph Gongaware. Klein, good defensive player, as well as being a quick guard who can shoot and can hit the jumper as well. Back come the Railroaders. This is Kellum Goes up top to Emma Lopato. Baseline drive. The kick out to Lopato. Kellum will fire a 3-ball. Got it! Bailey Kellum has gotten it going, and she's got 12 points in the game. And this is the largest lead that Garrett has had. The lob into Boyer. She's fouled. Basket won't go, but Boyer's going to the line.
Garrett foul number 30. Kelsey Bergman. That's her first. Allie Boyer will go to the line and shoot 2.
Blackhawk Christian has only one made basket this second quarter. That was Emma Klein scoring against 3 defenders. That was a go-ahead bucket. But it was a lead that did not last long for the Braves. But that's 2 big free throws for Allie Boyer as she tries to help the Braves get back in this one. 6 points for Boyer. Kellum against Klein, feeds it outside. That's quite the mismatch as far as size is concerned. Now, Klein's a good defender, but Kellum, she's definitely taller than Klein. Kellum at 5'10". Boyer going for the steal. It's a jump ball. Braves get the possession arrow. This is Emma on Emma. Emma Klein guarded by Emma Lopato. Klein came open. That would have been a long pass, though. Try to get it to Boyer. She gathers it against 2 defenders. A catch-and-shoot 3, too strong. Knocked away. It was Kellum. No, it wasn't. I believe it was Schenkel who knocked the ball away. That's blocked by Swain on the other end. 2 block shots for Aubrey Swain in this one. Only downside was she blocked it out of bounds. Garrett's going to keep the possession. They find Kellum on the inbound. She turns around. Great teamwork there, and the foul called before the shot. It was drawn by Kelsey Bergman, and Swain already with her 3rd foul. 6th team foul. Again, that was before the shot. Addie Kohlinger will come in to take the place of Aubrey Swain. 3:24 on the clock. Kellum around the screen. Kellum, another 3. Not this time, but a long rebound for Lopato, and it's ripped away, and a foul is called. It's on the Railroaders. Boyer ripped it away, and it looks like they're going to get Lopato for that foul, and they do.
Garrett foul number 12, Emma Lopato. Her second.
Brooklyn Jacobs comes into the game for the Railroaders. Here's Klein across the timeline for Blackhawk Christian. They got Boyer calling for it down low, and Ellsworth goes the other way. Boyer will set the screen for Klein. No good on the jump shot. I believe that would have been a 2 had it gone. It's Kellum with the board. Kellum around the screen, set by Bergman. Kellum, the blow by. She scores. And even with Garrett scoring that last bucket, it was Bob Lapidote for the Railroaders who called that timeout. It is a full timeout. And while they take a timeout, we will take a quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
serious sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
2:37 on the clock in what is likely getting to be a colder, chillier evening outside. Plenty warm here inside the gym at Blackhawk Christian. Of course, they call the court Mark Davidson Court after the recently deceased boys head coach Mark Davidson. Steele missed the 3 ball. Kellum's got the board. Kellum around the screen from Schenkel. Open from the corner is Jacobs. Her 3 won't fall, but outboarding for the rebound is Kelsey Bergman, and she's got the putback. And Garrett's got their largest lead of the game. Klein drives, finds a wide open Kintz, and Kintz, check that, Addie Kohlinger with the bucket there. Number 23, not number 22. Schenkel, the dish to the corner, and that's Kellum. Kellum has been such a dominant force for Garrett in this ball game. Klein going for the steal. Kellum prevents it, but missed the 3. She's got the offensive board, though. Jacobs up and under, too strong, and Boyer's got the rebound. Approaching the final minute, Garrett has outscored Blackhawk Christian 13-6, but there's Boyer with the jumper and a mini run put together by Blackhawk Christian. They scored the last 4 after falling behind by 10. An interesting situation here, though, for Garrett. They can hold for the final shot of the first half. They don't have to let Blackhawk Christian touch the ball again. It's the benefit of not having a shot clock. In Indiana high school basketball, there is no shot clock. But there's Schenkel for 3 right off the side of the board. And again, Bergman battling for the rebound. And that jump ball will be Garrett basketball as Kinnison comes in for Blackhawk. Wide open, Kellum blocked. Open, but not for long. It was Boyer who swatted it. Down to 20 seconds, and Blackhawk can hold for the final shot if they choose to do so. Here's Steele. She'll slow it down and find Klein. Blackhawk opened the game on a 6-0 run. As Steele goes for the step-back 3. It's off the mark. Ripped down by Kellum, and that's the end of the first half. Blackhawk Christian does not have a made 3. Now, they were down by 10 in the second quarter. Were able to close it out with 4 straight points at the end of the second. But we're at halftime here at Blackhawk Christian School. We're back in a matter of moments here on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
We are at halftime. Garrett leading Blackhawk Christian 27-21. We have a chance. Let's get some words in from our sponsors. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their dealerships and contact them at brands@drivekelly.com. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services such as brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you, whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated? Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, we've got a chance. We will go ahead and read off the first half statistics. Bailey Kellum is the leading scorer so far for the Lady Railroaders of Garrett. She has 12 points. She's hit 2 threes in the game. 4 points so far for Kelsey Bergman, 5 for Maddie Schinkel, and 3 for Ada Haynes. For Blackhawk Christian, Allie Boyer so far has 8 points. Avery Ellsworth has 3. Delaney Kintz has 2. Addie Collinger has 2. Emma Klein has 4, and Malia Steele has 2. Those are the stats so far in this game. By the way, it's also worth mentioning Aubrey Swain has 2 blocked shots today. Allie Boyer has 1. Now Swain has committed 3 fouls in the game. We'll see if she starts the second half or if Steph Gongaware waits to bring her in off the bench later in the half. 27-21 Garrett at halftime. A few more words from our sponsors before we go any further. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And it's that time of year again, folks. It's the Always 100, 13th annual Always 100 Holiday Hoops Camp at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's going on from December 26th through the 29th. Evening sessions are $50. Morning sessions are $50. Combine the two sessions for $80. And to register, go to always100basketball.com. And by the way, if you do want to register for that thing, you might want to do so soon because that is coming up next week. Garrett up 27-21 over Blackhawk Christian. We're back in a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
I came into PSM my freshman year after volleyball. Just coming here just really improved mentally and physically. I brought in my strengths. I came in and I learned how to grow as an athlete. I mean, I've gotten stronger, sprint faster, get up higher. My jump has elevated. Working with Tyler, he built up my endurance for everything, whether it's in weights, sprints. All across the board, we just keep working, and I have athlete development at Warsaw High School that I go to, and so I send him my thing every day, and he changes what we do in here to adapt to what we do there. High school volleyball, when you can go up to 5 sets, being able to just outwork everybody and still being able to put in that 100% was huge for me. PSM performance definitely helped me mentally. I know I can beat out people, I know I can work for what I have, and I know I can even go to the next level on the court. Looking at college, I can put on it, I'm training at a college level. I mean, I come in here and I watch college athletes train. You have hockey players, soccer, you look around and you see every type you can. Just being able to see that level, and I know that I can reach that level as well. You gotta work to be the best, and that was just what I wanted to do. I knew that from a young age. I wanted to put in the work.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
It is halftime here at Blackhawk Christian School. And I did hear from my cameraman Carson Watkins earlier that it was sleeting outside when he got here. I don't know if that's still the case right now, but if it is, and you might want to stay indoors, especially if you're watching this game. And we do appreciate you watching this game between Blackhawk Christian and Garrett. It's the Railroaders on top 27-21. And we'll get one more word in from the good folks at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. Just a minute away from the start of the third quarter here. Now Blackhawk Christian jumped out to a 6-0 lead early in the ball game. However, Garrett came back to take a 13-10 lead, went a little 13-4 run. Ended up going up by 10 there in the second quarter. And early on, Blackhawk Christian's full court press gave Garrett all kinds of trouble, but it didn't take long for Garrett to start beating that press. Not only beating their press, but beating the zone looks that Blackhawk Christian was using so often. Of course, when you got a head coach as experienced and successful as Bob Lapidote, that can certainly help in your favor. Teams will switch sides, and it will be Blackhawk Christian possessing the ball to start the third quarter. Braves were held to just 8 points in that second quarter compared to scoring 13 in the first. The dish inside to Swain. Goes for the hook, and it's blocked. And then a foul after the rebound. It was Kellum who blocked it and got the board. And the foul's going to be on Boyer. That's Boyer's first. Braves' other big, Aubrey Swain, has already committed 3 fouls in this game. Now she is on the floor to start the second half. Schenkel trying to get around Steele. Boyer with the help side. Basket's good. Maddie Schenkel scores right over Boyer. And it's an 8-point lead for Garrett. A change in direction, and Kinnison fires. Her three is short. Oh, that was off Boyer's hands, and she knew it. She knew she had a chance at a rebound there and ended up knocking it out. Schenkel picked up by Steele. Kellum gets it back outside to Schenkel. Schenkel fires a three and nails it. And Garrett has their largest lead of the game. They're up 11. That's 10 points for Maddie Schenkel. Blackhawk Christian does not have a made three in this game. I believe Garrett has hit 5 threes. That can be quite a difference maker. Klein in trouble. Fouls called on the Railroaders. It's Emma Lopato who's called for the foul. Into the game comes Avery Ellsworth. She'll take the place of Steele. Leaping to get it was Swain. Boyer. Foul is called. They're not going to call Kellum for that, are they? It sure looked like she got ball from my vantage point. They do get Kellum.
Garrett foul number 10, Bailey Kellum. That's her first.
Klein to put it in play. Boyer makes the catch. Back outside to Klein. She tried to get it to Boyer. Good recovery, though, by Klein. Tried to throw that through a sea of red, a sea of crimson red. Leaning in, Boyer too strong. Swain's got it, back up with it, and she's fouled. They call that one on Kelsey Bergman, and Swain goes to the line to shoot two. Her first trip to the charity stripe. Official's going to wait to let Malia Steele check in until after this free throw. Swain couldn't hit the free throw. Now Steele does check into the game. Blackhawk Christian has not yet scored here in the third quarter. And that will hold up for this possession as Kellum boards off the miss. Kellum on the drive. Knifing through his Schenkel, too strong off the glass, but a second chance for the Railroaders. Three won't fall, and Swain runs down the board. Swain, little crossover, goes baseline, and somehow Kellum kept that thing in play. Nearly stolen, Klein got in front of the pass. It's a jump ball, possession arrow keeps it with Garrett. 5:54 to go, and here's Schenkel to put it in play for the Railroaders. Wide open, Kellum. Brings it back out. Kellum's three, too strong. Good closeout by Boyer. Garrett has outscored Blackhawk Christian 5-0 here in the third quarter. Boyer, the tough catch. Wide open is Klein. That's a two if it goes. It does not. Boyer with the rebound. Missed it. And a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow keeps it with Blackhawk. Good defense, though, by Maddie Schenkel. Or was that Kelsey Bergman defending down there? Well, Bergman's closer to Boyer in height. Bergman's 6'1". Klein, the lob. Boyer's got it. That's a two if it goes. It doesn't. Schenkel down the floor. Wanted the step back. Instead goes back outside. Driving is Schenkel. Contested shot, no. But an offensive board by Bergman. Haynes missed it. Off the hands of Klein. Kellum leaning in. No good. After scoring the first 5 points of the quarter, Garrett has suddenly gone cold. But Blackhawk has yet to score in the third quarter. Boyer turns around, a little bit too strong. Second chance, count it, and a foul. Scoreless no more in the quarter. And Boyer goes to the line. Kinnison comes in. She'll take the place of Swain.
Garrett foul number 30, Kelsey Bergman.
Boyer will finish this game in double figures. She's up to 10 points for the game. That's the third foul on Kelsey Bergman. Fourth team foul against Garrett in the second half. And again, Garrett started the second half with that 5-0 run. I believe those in the first two possessions, but they haven't scored since. Blackhawk can continue to play good defense. The door is wide open for them to come back in this one. Kellum gets it outside to Haynes. Bergman trying to get open against Boyer. She's the only player down on the block for Garrett. But here's Kellum around the screen, trying to get toward the paint. Instead, forced outside. Schenkel, the floater, off the mark, but an offensive board by Bergman. Knifing through is Kellum. Her shot too strong. Steele's got the rebound. And here come the Braves, down 8. Boyer works over to the opposite block. That's knocked away, but out of bounds. To the sparse crowd that we have on the far side, the home crowd here at Blackhawk Christian. Where we're sitting, we're right in the outer edge of the visitors' stands. Entry to Boyer. Draws a crowd, missed the shot. Garrett's got it. Kellum fakes the three and gets it off to Schenkel. Schenkel's three is short. Low-scoring third quarter. Garrett has outscored Blackhawk Christian 5-3 in the quarter. Kinnison finds Boyer from a tough angle, and Boyer missed. Kellum going for the board. Ball still loose until now. And now Bob Lapidote was trying to call a timeout, but I think we got a foul called, likely going to go against Blackhawk Christian. Officials are going to discuss this. They called the foul on Ada Haynes. I'm not sure what Haynes might have done. Right now the coach, Bob Lapidote, getting an explanation from the referee. He showed some disagreement with that call, as did the visiting fans here. But it's going to be Blackhawk Christian basketball. Klein going to get the ball to Steele. Kinnison lost it, got it back. And now Steph Gongaware is going to call a timeout. It's the first timeout that she has used in this game.
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Each team has used just one timeout. And one more word from the folks at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team, specialized in serving every level of athlete. No matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury, our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. An elongated possession for Blackhawk Christian as they are trying to cut into a deficit that was once 11. Blackhawk Christian made a comeback effort against Leo. I believe they were down double figures in that game as well, but the comeback fell short. The Lions beat them 46-42. It's a well-coached Lions team. Carrie Chappelle has a great tenure with that program. Swain against two defenders. It's blocked, and Kellum has the board off the block. Not only does she have the board, she had the block as well. Kellum looking to go to work against Klein. Driving inside, left it short. Boyer was all alone for the board. Here's Klein. Klein able to find Swain. Carrying is the call on Kinnison, and it's going back to Garrett. Steph Gongaware saying to her players, want the ball. I'm not sure if that was addressed to any Lady Brave in particular, but either way, it's Garrett basketball with 1:20 to go. Kellum has yet to score here in the third quarter. It's been a low-scoring quarter. I mentioned that already. Garrett has outscored Blackhawk 5-3 in the quarter. Schenkel fouled.
Blackhawk Christian foul number 12, Emma Klein.
They're going to call that one on Emma Klein, just her second in this game. 59.2 to play in the third quarter. Schenkel will put it in. Klein guarding the inbound. Poked away from behind, and Kinnison has it taken right back. Brooklyn Jacobs regathers for the Railroaders. Schenkel trying to go to work against Klein. Here's Kellum leaning in. Traveling is the call. The basket will not count. Blackhawk Christian with a chance to make it a two-score game before the quarter ends. Through traffic is Kinnison, and she lost it. Schenkel keeping control all the way to the basket, and she's fouled. Avery Ellsworth called for that foul. And Schenkel goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Just the first foul on Ellsworth, only the third team foul this half on the Braves. The first free throw is good. Again, a reminder, we are scheduled to come back here a week from today as the Blackhawk Christian boys basketball team takes on Marquette Catholic. Two for two goes Schenkel, and it's back to a 10-point game. The door's wide open for a comeback. Blackhawk has played very good defense this game. Right now they're trying to close out the third quarter with a bucket, and Klein does just that. It's called a 2. A 2, not a 3. Or at least I thought the initial signal was a 2. Now the officials are discussing. It is a 2 in the end. Far side official stuck his hands up in the air. I thought that was a 2 signal. Then the near side official signaled officially that it was a 2. Braves will take it. They're down 8. Here's Kellum trying to beat the buzzer. No good. And the clock's going to run out. The third quarter has ended.
Garrett 34, Blackhawk Christian 26.
And it's an 8-point lead for the Railroaders, and Boyer grabbing her right arm as she walks toward the bench. We'll see if she's okay to finish out this game. Back for the fourth quarter in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
(34-26). Garrett with the lead over Blackhawk Christian as we begin the fourth quarter. Garrett 5-7, trying to take a step closer to evening their record. Blackhawk Christian 7-4. This is their final home game before Christmas, final home game before the new year. Lady Braves will play a tournament in Union City. That'll be on the 29th. Little crossover there by Schenkel. She's able to find Brooklyn Jacobs. Ellsworth comes out to guard Haynes. They find Kellum. She's guarded by Swain. Swain playing with those 3 fouls. She did not commit a foul, though, in the third quarter. That was a great pass. The basket scored by Bergman. Kelsey Bergman now with 6 points in the game. Klein around the screen. Tried to find Boyer. Oh, my goodness. Somehow Boyer kept that one alive. Steele through the paint, and she's fouled.
Foul number 4,
Ada Haynes called for the foul. It's only her second. And 2 free throws coming up from Aaliyah Steele. If I'm not mistaken, the Braves do not have a fourth quarter come from behind win this season. But they're trying to change all of that tonight. 7:16 on the clock here in the fourth against Garrett. 0 for 2 goes Steele. I believe that's 4 missed free throws today for the Braves. Kellum almost ran into her own teammate. That was Haynes. But they find Kellum looking to go against Swain. Short on the floater. Kept in play. Poked away. Battle for the ball. Jump ball. Garrett keeps it. Check that. Blackhawk keeps it. Officials discussed it, and it will be Blackhawk ball. It was Garrett who got the first possession of the fourth quarter, so it is Blackhawk basketball. Swain there to set the screen for Klein. Try to go inside, and Boyer fouled from behind.
Garrett foul.
Going to call it on Bergman.
Kelsey Bergman.
That's the 7th team foul against the Railroaders, and for Bergman, that's her 4th. And Bob Lapidote will dig into his bench as he calls upon Delaney Hickson.
Delaney Hickson in for the game, Garrett Railroaders.
I believe Hickson was set to check in earlier. That was in the first quarter. But critical free throws coming up here for Allie Boyer. This is 1-1. First one's good. Two for 2. Kellum looking to attack. Draws 3 defenders. Schenkel guarded by Klein. Good job defensively by Klein. But Garrett been fairly patient with their ball movement as Haynes dishes to the outside. Have players in the right place. Doing a good job moving the ball on these dribble penetrations as Blackhawk continues to close in. We're going to get a foul on the Braves. And if that's on... Oh, wait a second. It's on the Railroaders. Maddie Schenkel called for the foul. For a second, I thought they were going to get Aubrey Swain. Had they gotten her for the foul, it would have been her 4th. Poked from behind. That's Kellum who forces the turnover. Kellum doing just about everything. She hasn't scored in the second half, but she's still playing good defense. Scoring has been at a premium in the second half. Swain going after the turnover. It's loose on the deck. And a timeout given to Bob Lapidote. Steph Gongaware trying to claim that she didn't have the ball. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. While they take the timeout, we will also take one here on Summit City Sports.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
Railroaders get the ball in. They're up by 8. They've led by 11. They go inside to Kellum. Kellum is tripped. And that's going to be on Swain. That's going to be her 4th. She's one of the 2 starting bigs that the Braves have at their disposal. And with 5:32 to go in the game, Swain is going to remain in for the time being. Kellum, the spin move. Contested, and Swain's got it. That's block number 3 for Aubrey Swain. Boyer, 1-on-3. The dish. Steele couldn't connect on the 3. Braves still don't have a made 3 in this game. Had they got one there, it'd be a 2-score game. Blocked by Boyer into the hands of Klein. Klein with no numbers. Count the basket. Emma Klein. And she's going to the stripe.
Garrett foul number 20, Maddie Schinkel.
Maddie Schinkel going to be called for that foul.
Klein will go to the line and shoot 1.
Well, they couldn't get the 3 on the last possession. Klein trying to give them 3 the old-fashioned way, but to no avail. Klein does now have 8 points in the game. We've still got 4:42 to go. It's Kellum, gets a screen from Lapato. Kellum still has not scored in this second half. Schenkel against 3 defenders, missed the shot, and Steele keeps it in play, but not for long. Foul on the shot. That's going to send Brooklyn Jacobs to the line. Delaney Hickson had the recovery for Garrett. She stayed back there defensively, and as Steele threw the ball out, Hickson was there to snag it. 4:24 on the clock. First free throw's good. Nice little shooter's roll there for Brooklyn Jacobs. Missed the second one. Rebound to Kellum. Boyer kept it alive, but not for long. Kellum slips. And a timeout quickly called by Bob Lapidote.
Timeout, Garrett. That's a 30-second timeout.
We'll call for a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
We got 4:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Garrett Ball up by 7. Trying to seal a victory on the road as Kellum dishes it outside. Lapato on the drive, has it swatted, but she recovers. And that one's off of Garrett. Kinnison got a hand on it, but it was deflected off the hands of Brooklyn Jacobs. Ada Haynes into the game for Garrett. Door is open for Blackhawk to make a run. Boyer's open, and she scores.
Allie Boyer for 2.
"15 points for Allie Boyer. She is the leading scorer in this game for Blackhawk Christian. But fourth quarter comebacks have been hard to come by for the Braves. They are having a good season. They're 7-4 overall. They came up short in a comeback effort against Leo, and 2 of their 3 losses have gone into overtime. One against DeKalb and one against South Adams. Don't know if we'll have any overtime here today. That's certainly a possibility. That's off the hands of Steele. To the deck. They battle, and Kellum comes up with it. Her jumper won't fall, and it's ripped away by Addie Kohlinger. Looking for Boyer underneath. Instead, they go to Kohlinger. Boyer draws a crowd, dishes it out. Klein, the pull-up, air ball. And it's recovered by Maddie Schenkel. Kellum backing it out. Gonna drive, step back jumper. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Boyer fell down, and it's Garrett ball. That 3 won't fall. Touched last by Garrett. They're going to call it out on Kellum. And now Aubrey Swain will come back into the game. She's playing with 4 fouls. But we've got 2:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. Door still is wide open for Blackhawk Christian to make a comeback. Inside to Boyer. Turns around, blocked, and a foul is called. Kelsey Bergman not happy with that call. And that is the 5th on Bergman. She has fouled out of the game. Bob Lapidote will send in Sarah Depew. She's a freshman, and she is the daughter of Garrett Athletic Director Chris Depew. Chris is in attendance tonight. He's looks like he's about 4, maybe 5 rows in front of our camera to the left. But a huge free throw by Boyer and another one coming. Braves as a team have left some free throws out there. But Boyer continues to hit them on a consistent basis. She's got 17 points total. 7 of those have come from the charity stripe. And it's a 1-score game with 2:13 to play. A little crossover there by Hickson. Haynes almost had it poked out. That's Ellsworth who's defending her. Haynes brings it outside. Able to find Schenkel. Schenkel with the left hand, too strong. Swain with the board for Blackhawk. And she'll run the floor here. Steph Gongaware wants a timeout with 1:51 to go. It's a full timeout. Braves down by 3. They can make this a 1-point game or tie it. However, it's worth mentioning Blackhawk Christian has not made a 3 in this game. But Allie Boyer continues to make some key shots. She just hit 2 huge free throws. She's hit 7 free throws total. And that has proven to get Blackhawk Christian right back into this game. Braves, as a team, have left some free throws out there, but Boyer has shot it well from the stripe. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on SummitCitySports.com.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really
37-34, Garrett on top of Blackhawk Christian. Klein, good job paying attention to where she is on the floor. She was just in front of that half-court stripe. Klein on the attack, off the glass, no! And that's going to be a foul on Boyer. Going over the back for the rebound, Kellum gets the board. Boyer has largely been able to stay out of foul trouble. Scoreboard says it was her first. I thought she had committed a foul earlier in the game. Coming open to gather it is Sarah Depew. Kellum knifing inside, missed the shot. Swain's got the board and makes sure she protects the basketball. Still got 1:25 to go. Now there's no shot clock. We'll see if Blackhawk tries to play this out. Maybe not. Boyer, a lot of contact down there. No foul call. The Blackhawk bench is in shock. Blackhawk may have to foul here, down to 107. Schenkel comes inside. Out to Haynes. Haynes dribbles off her foot, and a timeout called by Lapidote.
Timeout, Garrett. That's a full timeout.
Teams trading timeouts here in the second half, as is so common in high school basketball. Again, it's an interesting situation for Blackhawk Christian. If they foul here, they'll put Garrett at the line for 1-1. That would be the 7th team foul against the Braves. It might give the Braves a chance for an extra possession or a chance to tie the game on the next possession. We've got 58.6 seconds left. Blackhawk Christian's already in the penalty should Garrett commit a foul. Now, of course, an offensive foul would not lead to any free throws. For Blackhawk Christian. Timeout, by the way, leaves leaves Garrett with just one left. Blackhawk Christian still has 3 timeouts. And that's going to be a foul before the inbound. Emma Klein. Oh, wait a second. They called it a moving screen. They called it a moving screen on Maddie Schenkel. It's going to be an offensive foul. We might take a look at that a little later after this inbound. It's going to be Blackhawk Christian basketball. 58.1 to go. And Bob Lapidote wanted to get a sub in. The ball was inbounded too quickly. Klein quick down the floor. Kinnison works it outside. Ellsworth missed the 3. Still no made threes for the Braves in this one. And Emma Klein comes into foul right away. This will be 1-1 for the Railroaders. Well, we'll take another look at that last replay. Our replays, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Here's a look at it. Well, they might have gotten Schenkel for a trip there. That's the best I can tell. Oh, a little friendly shooter's roll there for Brooklyn Jacobs. But she missed the second. Boyer the rebound. Here comes Klein. Klein quick down the floor. Wants to take it herself. Out of bounds. Garrett ball. Steph Gongaware surprised that call didn't go to Blackhawk Christian. Timeout called by the Braves. Garrett looking to close out Blackhawk Christian and get to 6-7 on the season. 35.4 seconds left to go. So basically for Garrett, they need to get the ball in, get the ball across half court. If they get fouled, they need to knock down at least one of 2 free throws. 7 fouls have been committed by the Braves in this second half. Bob Lapidote telling Bailey Kellum, you got to find a way to get the ball. But right now it's going to be Garrett basketball off this upcoming inbound. Right now the one thing that Garrett wants to make sure they avoid is the 10-second violation. Blackhawk Christian is going to press. They get into Kellum, and there's the foul. It's on Kinnison.
Blackhawk Christian foul. Number 5, Kinsey Kinnison. That's her first. Bailey Kellum will go to the line and shoot 1-1.
And Kellum, who's been scoreless the entire second half, is going to the line with 34.6 to play in regulation. Kellum's able to hit the free throw. Both of them good. And it's a 6-point lead for Garrett. Klein across the timeline. Step back 3. No good. Still no made threes in this game for the Braves, and another foul. Is that going to be on Boyer? Blackhawk Christian wants a jump ball.
Fouls on number 20, Avery Ellsworth.
Avery Ellsworth called for the foul. That's the 9th team foul against the Braves.
At the line, shooting 1-1.
So still be 1-1 for Garrett as Emma Lopato goes to the line. First free throw is good. That's Emma Lopato at the line, who knocks it down. Lopato had not yet scored until that last bucket. Two for two goes Lopato. Only 22 seconds left in the game. The lob to Boyer. Makes the catch. Couldn't put it home. Garrett grabs the board. And that was nearly a foul on Klein. That's going to be a foul. It's either on Klein or Kinnison.
Blackhawk Christian foul number 5, Kinsey Kinnison.
Steph Gongaware is going to bring in a sub for Allie Boyer. And Boyer, she went down there at the end of the play. Hit her head, apparently. So Steph Gongaware calls her to the bench and calls over athletic trainer Ann Laborde. This is Maddie Schenkel at the free throw line, and her first one is good as Garrett starts to push down that railroad spike. Should say nail down that railroad spike. And Schenkel goes 2 for 2 from the line. That's out of bounds, past the reach of Swain. And the Railroaders will take over, and now they don't even need to bring the ball across the timeline. There's only 7.7 seconds off the clock. Kellum can just dribble it out. And there's your ball game. Garrett goes on the road and gets a win over Blackhawk Christian.
Blackhawk Christian 34. Fans, thank you for attending today's
The Lady Railroaders out of the Northeast Corner Conference
Have a Merry Christmas.
come away with a win on the road against Blackhawk Christian, an independent school here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. 44-34 is your final. We'll go ahead and read off the final statistics for you. First for the Railroaders, leading scorer in this game was Bailey Kellum with 14 points, although she was actually tied with Maddie Schenkel. Schenkel scored 14 as well. 3 points scored by Ada Haynes, 3 more scored by Brooklyn Jacobs, 2 more scored by Emma Lopato, and 6 points scored by Kelsey Bergman. For Blackhawk Christian, Allie Boyer leads the way with 17 points. Addie Kohlinger with 2, Delaney Kintz with 2, Avery Ellsworth with 3, Emma Klein with 8, Emilia Steele with 2. Our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game is going to be Bailey Kellum. She scored 14 points, and even though she only had 2 free throws there in the second half were her only points, she continued to make several great plays, blocked a couple of shots, got some key rebounds, played some really good defense as well. So Bailey Kellum, your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And that's going to do it from here at Mark Davidson Court at Blackhawk Christian. For my cameraman Carson Watkins, this is Thad Goff here on SummitCitySports.com. A reminder, by the way, we were going to have high school basketball from Snyder tomorrow as they were going to take on Merrillville. That game has been postponed to January 5th. And according to Athletic Director Steve Zimbo, that'll be a 2:30 start. We do expect to have that for you on Summit City Sports. And we do expect to be at Snyder next week for girls basketball as the Panthers take on Northside. Until then, for my cameraman Carson Watkins, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Blackhawk Christian School. You've been watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.